You are listening to a Barry Long podcast. For information about Barry Long, to download more podcasts, or to purchase any of his wide range of books, video or audio publications, visit barrylong.org. That's barrylong.org.
I want to go into emotional pain. Now, this is not some pie in the sky, because emotional pain is behind all the cruelty, all the greed, and all the unhappiness in the world. And as we're all a party to this cruelty, greed, and unhappy world, we're all a member of it, we have all known emotional pain. And to the degree that we know emotional pain, we cannot know love. Isn't that strange? So many people think they know love when their heart is broken. No, no, no. I'm talking about real love. When you have pain, as you know, it's very difficult to love. Although if your heart's broken, you would say, but I love this person who has broken my heart. But that's not true. You have loved the pain. Unfortunately, it is the human condition to love emotional pain and mental pain. Emotional pain leads to mental pain leads to emotional pain. We have to find a way to get rid of emotional pain. If you go out into the street today, everybody out there has got emotional pain just down under the surface, waiting for the circumstance to push the button where they know this great and terrible grasping feeling of emotional pain and of mental pain that drives the mind nearly mad. Everybody out there, there's no one escapes. So what we're here for, and why you come to me, is to hear some truth about your life. Not some airy-fairy story, but some truth that I trust you will apply to your living life and not just treat it as a lecture. So I want to go into this emotional pain, a mental pain, together. And because it is the human condition, as I say, to love pain. Not physical pain, because physical pain is far different to emotional pain, isn't it? If I break my arm, then I know what physical pain is. If I stub my toe, I know what physical pain is. And we can't do anything about physical pain, as it were. But we can do a great deal about emotional and mental pain. But as human beings, we don't want to. Because we love the sensation of emotions and emotional pain. It gives us a sense of self. It gives us a sense of suffering. Now, where I come from, there is no need for man or woman to ever suffer from emotional or mental pain. Did you hear me, please? That means that when somebody dies, there is no need, the loved one, the one you love most, there is no need for you to know emotional or mental pain. When the one that you love most leaves you or departs, there is no need for you to know mental or emotional pain. It is a lie that has been imposed upon the human race by the ignorance of the human race. And of course, the only reason that you come to me is to find out, where is the ignorance in me who is listening to these words? Where's the ignorance in me that causes this emotional pain, which I hate, I dislike, and yet I am totally responsible for? So we've got to find out how to get rid of this emotional pain, this mental pain. We've got to start somewhere practically. Now let's have a look at it. Just say you've been in a partnership for 10 years, living together, Say you're a man, but you could be a woman, and suddenly you find out that the woman that's in partnership with you has been making love to another man for a couple of years and you didn't know about it. Although you had felt pain in you, emotional pain, because you felt there was something wrong. Because emotions usually indicate, or do indicate, that something is wrong. Now, I hope you're looking at this in your own life. That's what emotions are for, to tell you that something is wrong. So, if I felt that in a relationship something is wrong by the emotion that it created in me, then I have to look at the situation and see, is it in the situation that's affecting me because it is dishonest or something is wrong, and I am taking everything for granted that everything's all right, and it's never all right. It doesn't matter what partnership you're in. It's never, ever all right. Because you've got to be vigilant. You've got to be honest to truth and God. Everyone gets honest to their ignorance. And so they put up with it instead of getting to the bottom of it. Because if I'm emotional in a situation, it means that I have ignorance in me which I'm not facing, or there's something dishonest in the situation. And that's why I have to be able to speak to my partner, and she or he has to be able to speak to me with utter honesty. It doesn't matter that she's making love to somebody else. That's not the point. The point is, why is she making love to somebody else? Why? And the answer is, because I didn't love her enough. Because I was ignorant. Because I didn't question. I thought everything was all right, even though my emotions were going like this in certain situations. So you know what I say, that in a situation, you either surrender or you quit. You don't put up with things once you've scrutinized everything, including your own self, where all the emotion comes from. It is this thinking that everything's all right that ruins half the love life of the people. Please believe me, nothing's all right. You have to be vigilant without being doubtful. Vigilance is what we're giving our intelligence for. Vigilance is when we walk down the street is not to walk into the tree. Vigilance is to get out of our car without falling over something that happens to be there. To be vigilant about our whole life. But we are not very vigilant in our love life. To be vigilant. And it's not the situation that is the terrible part of it. It is, did I love enough? Or did I live like all the other couples out there? Did I just live like that? Instead of being true to love. Being able to talk to my beautiful woman, because if she's not my beautiful woman, what the hell am I doing with her? And if I'm not her beautiful man, what the hell is she doing with me? What is this pretense of marriage and pretense of partnership? What is this pretense? Are you going on with it? Are you doing it? This pretense of marriage, this pretense of partnership. Does she love me? Does she love me enough? Not just does she love me. You know, Mum and Dad will all say, oh, we love each other. And I say, but do you love each other enough? And the answer usually is no. So if she doesn't love me enough, then I have to find out what I am doing to her. Not to blame her, but where am I going wrong? My love, where is it going wrong? Where am I not loving? What am I doing that upsets her that she doesn't speak about? What am I not doing that she would like me to do that upsets her? Why can't I be honest like that with my love? For love means communication. You know, if I say I love a woman, then my God, I'm in utter and complete communication with her. And she with me. For she must love me means she must be able to communicate with me. And love is communication. But the sort of traditional love, you know, that mum and dad and everyone have gone with, and all your girlfriends and boyfriends are still doing all around the world. I go all around the world, you know. I speak to tens of thousands of people, and it's always the same problem. Lack of love. That's what causes everyone to be unhappy, and lack of love means emotion takes the place of love. Ignorance, first of all, takes the place of love, and then, because ignorance always causes unhappiness, emotion arises in me when the situation breaks down. So I have to start living a life of honesty, not expecting others to be honest, for that would be wrong of me. I would have expectation of you to be honest to me. The thing is, I've got to live a life of honesty. Now, where does the life of honesty begin? It begins in here. That I must be honest to love. Does that mean anything? Honest to love? Honest to truth? Honest to God? Honest to life? Now, mostly that sounds like pie in the sky, but is it? For if I say I love you, then I must be able to speak to you. And you must reveal your deepest emotional secrets to me, meaning what makes you emotional. And if you can't do that, then either I don't love you enough or you don't love me enough. For the whole purpose of love is to get rid of our emotional hiding. How can I be honest to love? Here. Without making it some prayer or faith or something. How can I be honest to love? The first thing is, I must give up my anger. My anger at anything. For while I am an angry man or an angry woman, I will be emotional. And that emotion will cut me off from my love here and my woman. For does any woman want to love an angry man? Now, he's not angry all the time. But do you want to love him when he's angry? When he's hitting the wall or turning around, slamming the door, or says, I don't want to talk about it. For God's sake, if any woman said to me, I don't want to talk about it, I say, well, you better go then. What do you think we're here for? To forget it? That's being dishonest. To love. For if we can't talk about it and get some honesty between us, we're never going to have love between us. For love is communication. Now, what are you emotional about? That's the question. For the man or the woman, what are you emotional about? What am I doing to you to cause you to be emotional? To cause you to be so disrespectful of me in the sense that you don't take any notice of me anymore like you used to. There has to be something wrong that I've done to you. There has to be something wrong that you've done or I've done, one of us has done wrong, that you don't love me like you did when we first hopped into bed together. You know, when you first hopped into bed together, how beautiful it was. Now, I'm talking to all of you. Let's not bullshit. Let's just get it right for a change. When you first hopped into bed together, remember how beautiful it was? And how you loved it, and he loved it, or she loved it. Well, I want to know what went wrong. What went wrong with it? And you've got to have the intelligence